And I never thought I'd let it get this far out of hand.
Because they didn't have any facility that will take care of somebody that is 750 pounds.
But this surgery is a big deal, and we all know anything can happen.
So the time to change for you both is now. You two are going to need to work together to do this. Okay.
At the last appointment, I was at 619. So if I lost the 60 pounds the doctor now wanted.
Kind of connect food with happiness and with a way to show love.
Number 10, Janine Mueller. Janine Mueller, a prominent figure in Season 6 of the reality TV show My 600 Pound Life, has since moved on from the realm of television and embarked on a new chapter in her life. Originally weighing 678 pounds, Janine captivated audiences with her incredible weight loss journey, shedding 112 pounds and reaching a weight of 566 pounds by the end of her episode. Although she didn't qualify for weight loss surgery, Janine refused to let it deter her determination to overcome her struggles with obesity. Janine had been trapped in a cycle of immobility for years before seeking help from the renowned bariatric surgeon Dr. Now. Recognizing the importance of proximity to her mentor, she made the life-altering decision to permanently relocate to Houston. Despite not making the cut for surgery, Janine persevered, undeterred by the setback. However, she expressed her discontent with the editing of her story on My 600 Pound Life, feeling that the production team omitted significant moments where she discussed her resilience on faith and the pivotal role God played in her success. Janine's Facebook post now showcased a life filled with exploration and travel. After her awe-inspiring weight loss journey, which saw her slim down from 678 pounds to 281 pounds, she revels in the newfound freedom of traversing the world without the burden of needing a seatbelt extender. Janine revealed that her romantic relationship had ended prior to filming the series, but found solace and support from her beloved cat, who remains a comforting presence in her life. Since the conclusion of her episode, Janine has forged a successful career as an executive for paparazzi accessories. With her professional life thriving, she now contemplates undergoing additional procedures to enhance her mobility. Specifically, Janine shared her plans to undergo a knee replacement surgery, which would alleviate her discomfort and facilitate improved daily motion. Despite her grievances with the producers, a sentiment echoed by some fellow cast members, Janine's journey on My 600 Pound Life remains an inspiration to many. Recent pictures portray a woman who is flourishing and content in her current state. Number 9, Kanae Dolphus. Kanae Dolphus, a 41-year-old woman from Garrison, Texas, made her debut on My 600 Pound Life's 9th season. At the time, she weighed a staggering 614 pounds and lived in Nacogdoches with her husband Rodney, who was a pastor, along with other extended family members, including nieces and nephews.
I didn't buy groceries. I ate out. I was making my own money. You just drive through. When I have what I like, the pain of my body and all my sorrow are cast aside. Kind of connect food with happiness and with a way to show love. So I was happy in high school. I dated. I went to prom.
Kanae's excessive weight made her heavily reliant on her nieces and nephews for her basic needs, and her mobility was severely limited. Food had always been a source of happiness for Kanae, stemming from her childhood and perpetuated by her mother, who offered food as comfort in all situations, whether good or bad. Unfortunately, no one discouraged her from gaining weight, and by the age of 14, she weighed over 200 pounds. Despite her weight, Kanae remained determined to live life to the fullest and even secured a job at a nursing home after high school, further fostering her independence. However, her financial stability enabled her to indulge in eating out frequently, exacerbating her already poor eating habits. As a result, she continued to gain weight, surpassing 400 pounds.
But I was still able to manage pretty well at that time. And I got a job at a nursing home, and I'm losing more of my abilities every single day. So I got bigger, and by the time I was 14, I believe I was around 230 or 240 then. After high school, to start working and providing for myself. I moved away from home, and I never thought I'd let it get this far out of hand. I don't feel like I missed out on anything during that time because of my size. So now I was independent and had to fend for myself. My mom made sure that we smiled, and a lot of that did include food. But that independence wasn't good for my eating habits. But I didn't feel bad because I could still move around pretty good. I was still moving and working.
Kanae's aspirations to have children with Rodney proved challenging when she discovered she had PCOS and fertility issues. Tragically, her mother's passing at the age of 35 dealt another blow to her weight, causing it to skyrocket. Realizing the imminent danger her weight posed to her life and feeling embarrassed to disclose her actual weight to her husband, Kanae sought professional help. Initially, she embraced diet and exercise recommendations, but faced difficulty due to unresolved psychological issues. With Dr. Now's frank assessment of her challenges, Kanae recognized the need for comprehensive mental support and engaged in regular therapy. Her efforts paid off, and she managed to shed 133 pounds by the end of her episode, bringing her weight down to 482 pounds. With a weight loss of nearly 150 pounds within a year, Kanae remains steadfast in her journey towards a healthier lifestyle. She maintains a positive outlook, adopting a gradual and steady approach to further weight reduction. Kanae adheres to a restrictive diet and experiments with different forms of exercise, often sharing her progress on social media platforms. She incorporates water aerobics and rigorous home workouts into her routine, showcasing her commitment to her well-being. Kanae also celebrates the milestones achieved by her extended family, including the joy of having children.
So I constantly have a craving. It's this drive in me that I can't control. Throughout my childhood, I was always the largest of my class. So I didn't see a reason to change how I ate. So I kept eating more and gaining weight. But I know it's taking over my life to the point of where I can barely get around. And it was at that time my weight had gotten up to around 400 pounds. I crossed over the 150 mark. By the time I was 10, I graduated from high school at 17. I was well over 350 pounds. Even when I'm full, I don't want to stop because I want that joy that food gives me. There was a problem because everyone in my life tried to make me being the overweight kid okay.
Number 8. Aaron Washer. Aaron's journey on the reality show My 600 Pound Life was nothing short of remarkable. When he first appeared on the show, he weighed a staggering 718 pounds. The weight had taken a toll on his life, making him completely immobile and dependent on his 76-year-old father for care. Aaron felt immense shame for putting such a burden on his elderly father, and he yearned to turn his life around, so he could take care of him instead. In his heart-wrenching confession to the cameras, Aaron revealed that his existence was a constant torment of pain. Despite his concerns about his father's well-being, he still relied on him to go grocery shopping, and it was the only way he could get the specific food he desired. However, when Aaron mentioned his love for peanut butter and bread to Dr. Now, the doctor promptly informed him that such a diet wouldn't aid in his weight loss. Startled, Aaron learned that he was consuming a staggering 10,000 calories each day. During his second appointment with Dr. Now, Aaron had managed to shed some weight, bringing his total down to 696 pounds. Although it was progress, Aaron felt deeply embarrassed and discouraged by the number on the scale. He vowed to give up peanut butter, recognizing that it was a significant factor in his weight gain. Dr. Now set an ambitious goal for Aaron, challenging him to lose 120 pounds within 2 months. Despite initial setbacks, Aaron's determination and unwavering commitment paid off. He exceeded all expectations, shedding well over 300 pounds and ultimately undergoing surgery. His remarkable transformation made him one of the most successful cases of that season. In a follow-up episode titled Where Are They Now?, TLC revealed that Aaron's wife Ashley issued an ultimatum threatening to leave him if he continued with Dr. Now's program. Faced with this difficult choice, Aaron decided to leave the program, jeopardizing his progress. Despite the setback, Aaron remains married to Ashley, having tied the knot in October 2020. He has since embarked on a new career as a caregiver and caretaker, using his personal experience to help others in need. He successfully maintained his new slimmer physique even after the TLC camera stopped rolling, receiving praise from fans who admire his incredible transformation. Number 7. Margaret Johnson. Margaret Johnson, a 35-year-old woman from Baytown, Texas, made her debut on the 10th season of the popular weight loss show in 2022. Weighing a staggering 752 pounds, Margaret's struggle with obesity had confined her to a state of immobility. Margaret's dependence on her mother for daily tasks was evident, and she admitted to manipulating her mother into providing more food by reminding her of their difficult past. Her childhood had been marked by the separation of her parents, leaving Margaret and her siblings in the care of a verbally abusive father. Seeking solace, Margaret turned to food, which only worsened as her overweight and controlling father withheld nourishment and care from them. The toxic environment caused Margaret to develop an eating disorder and diabetes at a young age, with her weight skyrocketing past 120 pounds by the time she was 6. Her father's hurtful words, blaming her for her mother's departure, fueled her eating disorder even further.
Any progress we make with her is going to be short-lived if she doesn't take responsibility for her life. She can barely stand up from her bed to bedside commode because they didn't have any facility that will take care of somebody that is 750 pounds. Margaret apparently fell yesterday and she went to emergency room. That combined with the fact she's not mobile has created a very dire situation for her.
However, when the opportunity for change arose, Margaret was determined to transform herself for the better. Despite initial resistance, the unwavering support of her mother helped her control her binge eating. Margaret faced numerous obstacles throughout her weight loss journey, though. Disappointing monthly results and moments of doubt tempted her to give up at times. However, with the guidance of a psychotherapist who addressed trust issues between her and her mother, and the assistance of a physical therapist who helped her regain mobility, Margaret persevered. Eventually, she triumphed over adversity, shedding an impressive 160 pounds and gaining approval for gastric bypass surgery. After successful surgery, Margaret's weight was down to 516 pounds, having lost a total of 223 pounds during the year-long program with Dr. Now. This marked a significant achievement, but she knew her journey was far from over. The surgery served as a tool to control her food cravings and prevent further weight gain. Margaret expressed her newfound happiness and improved health as her cravings diminished and she embraced independence. Following her appearance on the show, Margaret chose to retreat from the public eye, maintaining a minimal social media presence and providing no updates on her weight loss journey.
So if she doesn't bring it to you, what happened?
I get mad at her and I tell her that she doesn't love me. But food has always been there for me. And if you take that away from me, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to get by. So I learned to sneak into the kitchen. And I ate his food to get back at him. When I ate my dad's food, it was for revenge.
He demanded that I had to be at the hospital with him every time he went.
Do your part and be able to lose some weight.
I'm willing to do whatever I have to.
However, her mother shared a reassuring message on social media, providing relief for Margaret's concerned fans. Number 6. Brienne Diaz. Brienne Diaz, a 30-year-old woman from Florence, Oregon, appeared in Season 6 of the show. Weighing 742 pounds, Brienne struggled with food addiction and lived a sedentary life, fearing for her health and feeling guilty for relying on her husband, Rick. Her childhood was initially happy, but as she grew, she felt neglected by her father, which led to her to seek comfort in food. She felt emotional turmoil and gained over 180 pounds as a teenager. As an adult, Brienne rebelled through drinking and partying, further exacerbating her weight gain. Her marriage suffered and she struggled to conceive. Determined to change her life, Brienne sought help from Dr. Now and began a low-carb, high-protein diet. Despite facing challenges, she stuck to the program and lost 138 pounds in 2 months. She underwent gastric sleeve bypass surgery, sought therapy, and confronted her emotional issues. Brienne continued her weight loss journey, losing almost 350 pounds by the end of her episode and reaching 397 pounds. In a follow-up episode, she weighed 340 pounds but suffered a devastating miscarriage. Despite her setbacks, Brienne remained positive and hopeful. She discovered her husband's infidelity but didn't let it break her spirit. Brienne and Rick divorced in March of 2021. However, she found happiness again and married a man named Christopher Riley on October 9, 2021. Brienne confirmed a weight loss of 500 pounds and planned to undergo excess skin removal surgery. Before their marriage, Brienne and Chris discovered she was pregnant. They welcomed their baby boy, River Jameson Edward Riley, in January 2022. Brienne, Chris, and their blended family are living a happy and healthy life now. Number 5. Liz Evans. Liz Evans gained attention during her appearance on the 6th season of TLC's My 600 Pound Life. Beyond her morbid obesity, Liz's immobility and numerous health issues caused great concern among viewers. The episode ended on a hopeful note, leaving many curious about her progress since it aired in 2018. Liz, a Texas native, had been bedridden for over a decade and lived with her ailing mother. She suffered from lymphedema in both legs, making movement excruciatingly painful. Additionally, a birth defect caused one of her legs to be curved and smaller than the other. Tragically, Liz experienced childhood trauma when she was molested by a family member, and her father developed a drug addiction. By the age of 10, she turned to food as a coping mechanism. Desperate for change, Liz sought the help of renowned bariatric surgeon Dr. Younan Nazarudin, also known as Dr. Now. However, before she could undergo gastric bypass and lymphedema growth surgery, she needed to become mobile.
You need to work hard and do this, Liz.
Oh, okay.
And if you hit this goal, I'll approve you for weight loss surgery. It is mostly fear of pain that is holding Liz back. But she can't afford to stay inactive.
So I'm just trusting I'm going to wake up in a better place and closer than ever to getting my life back. I've come so far in such a short period of time. But this surgery is a big deal, and we all know anything can happen. Such a big day for me because I'm finally getting my lymphedema removed. And my mom is here with me.
Following a strict diet and engaging in strenuous physical therapy, Liz made significant progress and eventually received the operation. By the end of her episode, she lost an impressive 353 pounds, weighing 368 pounds. Unfortunately, old habits die hard. Upon returning home, Liz fell back into her unhealthy routine, indulging in junk food and rapidly gaining 50 pounds. This setback required her to undergo bypass surgery once again. However, there was a silver lining as Liz began walking with the assistance of a support aid.
This has been the longest I've ever gone without seeing her because she can't get around too easily.
I'm trying not to think about the worst possible things that could happen.
And if I don't get this surgery, then I'm not going to be able to make the progress I need.
And once you heal, she should be able to stand up and walk.
I'm certainly glad my lymphedema is gone, but it feels like I'm missing something now.
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
All right, since we lost that 25 pound of mass from your leg.
But I'm proud of the progress I've made so far. And I know I have to keep it going.
Later, Liz appeared on My 600 Pound Life Where Are They Now?, where it was revealed that her progress was at risk due to old fears resurfacing. While she isn't active on popular social media platforms or keeps her accounts private, Liz mentioned that she's committed to self-improvement and attends regular therapy sessions. After achieving the significant milestone of nearly halving her weight, it is hoped that she will remain dedicated to her goals. Number 4. Cindy Vela. In the opening moments of Cindy's episode, it's revealed that she's endured a traumatic past, having been physically attacked during her childhood. As a result, Cindy turned to food as a coping mechanism, and her addiction intensified after her parents' divorce. Years of compulsive overeating led her weight to skyrocket to 500 pounds by the age of 30, and a staggering 615 pounds by the time she turned 45. Bedridden and reliant on home health care workers, Cindy finds herself under the care of Denise, an enabler who not only prepares unhealthy foods, but also discourages Cindy from seeking Dr. Now's assistance. Fortunately, Sandy, Cindy's former aide, manages to persuade her to meet with Dr. Now. However, Cindy struggles to fully commit to Dr. Now's program, voicing dissatisfaction with the small meal portions and the required exercise. Although her goal is to shed 70 pounds, she falls short and only manages to lose 40 pounds throughout the year of treatment, as reported by Inquisitor. Cindy's current status remains largely unknown, as there's no recent photos on her Facebook page, possibly due to contractual restrictions imposed by TLC, as noted by the Cinemaholic. Despite Dr. Now's frustration with her lack of dedication, there is a glimmer of hope that Cindy may recommit to her weight loss journey. Perhaps she will resurface in a future episode of Where Are They Now, showcasing her progress and newfound determination. Number 3. Tracy Matthews. Tracy, a 44-year-old woman from Ohio, joined the show burdened with a weight of 606 pounds and struggled with lymphedema, predominantly affecting her legs. The enormity of the swellings in her legs made it arduous for her to walk around, compounded by the challenges posed by cellulitis. These difficulties made her journey to meet Dr. Now in Houston even more demanding. Tracy's husband, Anthony, added tension to her weight loss journey. Despite the obstacles, Tracy exhibited initial progress by shedding 90 pounds shortly after consulting Dr. Now. However, a setback led to regaining nearly half of the lost weight. Facing the risk of being removed from the program, Tracy persevered with unwavering determination. 9 months later, the TLC star showcased commendable commitment, resulting in an impressive weight loss of almost 167 pounds, bringing her weight down to 439 pounds. Dr. Now opted to address the excess skin on her legs to alleviate the swelling from lymphedema instead of resorting to weight loss surgery. Though still grappling with lymphedema, Tracy remains resilient. Tracy continues to reside in Lorain, Ohio, with her 51-year-old husband, Anthony. She maintains a strong bond with her grandchildren and frequently spends time with her children, Brandon, Tiara, and Ryan. Number 2. John and Lonnie Hambrick. John and Lonnie Hambrick, a brother duo featured on the show, have made remarkable progress since their appearance. The show follows individuals weighing around 600 pounds or more as they embark on a weight loss journey under the guidance of Dr. Now.
Me and John are at Dr. Now's for a follow-up and to find out what the future holds from the scale. John was really struggling on Dr. Now's exercise plan, so he tried going to a pool, but he's never had.
So the time to change for you both is now. You two are going to need to work together to do this. Okay.
I just feel like if we don't hit our goals, I'm gonna cry and get all upset in front of Dr. Now.
Unlike many others on the show, John and Lonnie were fortunate to have each other for support throughout their 12-month transformation. John began the show weighing 687 pounds, while Lonnie weighed 613 pounds. With the help of gastric sleeve surgery and a focus on addressing the psychological aspects of food addiction, the brothers achieved astounding results. John lost an incredible 294 pounds, reaching 393 pounds by the end of his time on the show. Lonnie, too, made significant progress, shedding 245 pounds and ending at 368 pounds. After their encounter with Dr. Now, the brothers moved on to build fulfilling lives for themselves. Lonnie pursued a career as a hairstylist in Texas and displayed ongoing dedication to his weight loss routine by sharing his gym visits on social media. He also found happiness in his relationship with partner Richard Gavidan. Lonnie's inspiring journey resonated with fans of My 600 Pound Life. Meanwhile, John found a new calling as a football coach in a local school district, a role that aligned with his lifelong passion for the sport. His weight loss transformation enabled him to effectively coach the game, a feat he would have struggled with previously.
Hopefully I have a big drop like Lonnie, but I'm scared my progress won't be as good.
So what I want to see from both of you over the next 2 months is to lose at least another 60 pounds.
And I'm proud of how John is doing and how much progress that he has made. Look how far you are from your chair.
I wasn't paying attention. At the last appointment, I was at 619. So if I lost the 60 pounds that Dr. Now wanted.
Lonnie proudly shared this milestone on Instagram, emphasizing how far his brother had come. Number 1. Sean Milliken. Sean Milliken, the heaviest patient on My 600 Pound Life at 919 pounds, struggled with overeating due to his father's alleged attack. Despite attempts to lose weight under Dr. Now's program, Sean faced setbacks and gained weight. After his mother's demise, Sean's health worsened, reaching 766 pounds. Admitted to the hospital, he died at 29 from cardiac arrest caused by an infection. The extreme weight fluctuations took a toll on his body. Sadly, Sean was one of 9 patients from the show who had passed away. That's all for this video, guys. See you next time.